Hello, everyone, and welcome to MT4Professional. Just wanted to do a quick microphone check to make sure you can hear me, and a video check to make sure that you can see my screen. If you can, good. That sounds good. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, today we're going to be talking about trading strategies using the MT4Professional scanner. We're going to go through a demonstration and live hands-on training. So if you have any questions or comments, make sure you enter them on your Zoom control panel in the questions pane or in the chat box, and that will work out great. We'll make sure that you know that we are here for educational purposes only. MT4Professional and Resilient Traders are not investment advisory service. We're not registered trading advisors. We cannot give you specific trade advice, but what we can do is teach and train you on how to use our platform on the live edge of the market and how to develop a trading plan that is both consistently profitable and successful. Trading with futures, stocks, forex, options, cryptocurrencies has a large potential for reward, but it also carries a large potential for risk. You must be aware of the risks involved and be willing to accept them in order to trade or invest in any of these markets. Please don't trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. Past performance is not indicative of future results, so make sure you get advice from a competent financial advisor before you start trading or investing in any of these markets. And never, ever, ever trade in a live account until you have first proven you can consistently and profitably trade in a simulated account, because that's where the mind game begins. I am Randy Lindsay, your trade coach today and operations director at MT4Professional. Claudio Cardinal is joining me today. He is our product development director and technology guru. So if you have any questions, whether they are technical in nature or trade related, just let us know. We'll do the best we can to answer those questions. So today we're going to be going over trading strategies. We're going to be talking about putting together a strategy that can be used in the market using the MT4Professional platform. We're going to talk about what a scanner is, what a market scanner per se is, and what MT4Professional is if you don't already know. We're going to go through a live demonstration and make you a very, very special offer today. Since this is a Cyber Monday, we're going to be making the same special offer that we made on Black Friday. So be prepared for that at the end of today's presentation. Going into trading strategies. All right, there are a lot of different strategies available. The most popular ones that we see that we deal with our current clients and customers are things like pure price action using an exponential moving average and price relative to that. Next is a MACD and signal, where you're looking at moving average convergence or divergence signals using a signal line and moving average crossovers. You've got a simple moving average crossover where you're looking at, say, a 50 or 100 simple or exponential moving averages, 1, 2, 3, or even 4 of them. And then the next is a combination of many different indicators like the EMA and price, or a MACD and signal line with relative strength, or a Bollinger Band, or something that's pretty popular along those lines, where you're looking at combining multiple signals into a single trade event. And last but not least is the ever popular alligator indicator, which uses multiple longer term moving average lines to determine trend direction, entry and exit points using a specific strategy. The MT4Professional scanner can scan in real time all of these strategies plus many more and alert you when these conditions are met for a trade. So it's poll time. Let's try to find out how many of you are currently MT4Professional users, or how many of you are here for the very first time or need to know a little bit more about it. So if you could please let me know if you're currently using MT4Professional or not. And if you are, then that'll help us to structure the rest of today's presentation. So let me know. And as it's done, Claudio will present the answers at the end of today's presentation. I'm always torn between doing polls. I like to get the information, but a lot of times it takes a little bit of time out of our presentation. That's okay. Gives us some information. So once the poll is complete, Claudia will share the results to let us know how many we've got. Okay, about three-quarters of the class. Yes, you love it and you're here. So that's great. We'll probably get a lot of questions then related to the platform, how to use or implement the software. So that'd be good. About another 25% haven't used it yet, but today's class hopefully will help you to see how to get started on that. So that's good. Thank you for your feedback. I appreciate that. So what is a market scanner and what is MT4Professional? So if you look at the platform itself, you look at MT4, you look at the 54 X pairs available, 20 different CFDs, 9 different time frames. That's more than 630 combinations so you can check to look at trade setups. So do you think that you're capable or able to do this manually? And how often, if you're checking that manually, are you missing opportunities if you're sitting there trying to click through and check things one by one? Well, trading on different instruments today really is a must. It's important to make trading profitable because trading uncorrelated instruments is a way to remove uncertainty in a market and diversify your portfolio at the same time. So a perfect solution would be a market scanner, something that can scan through all of those instruments simultaneously and find only the opportunities that meet your criteria. So what is a market scanner? A market scanner is an automatic tool that allows you to scan the market at a single glance for any symbol or time frame using any custom rule or any indicator that you want to use. It's not a signal provider per se, but it's a tool that allows you to analyze all the strategies that you want using any indicator that you have at your disposal. One simple example is the cross of two moving averages. So the image on the right is a spreadsheet layout where I've got on one column the instruments I'm interested in searching for. In the next two columns, I have different time frames where I want to see whether the bearish cross shown by green occurs or if a bullish cross occurs shown by red. A bearish cross, of course, is when the fast time frame, in this case an MA15, crosses over a slow moving average, an MA30. That would be bullish. If the fast moving average crosses under, that would be a bearish cross. So you can see very quickly across multiple time frames and instruments how a display like this could really save you time and help you to see potential opportunities for trades that are forming using whatever criteria that you want to decide this rule. Okay. So another example would be that different instruments, 3 different time frames. In this example, we're looking at an EMA and price rather than moving averages. So we're looking to see if price is greater than the moving average, then I would say that was bullish and the cell would be painted green. If the price was less than the EMA, I would say that's bearish and I want the cell to be painted red. So we can see across all the instruments and the time frames that we're interested in, we see shorter term directionality, middle time frame convergence, and then longer time frame trend. So we're moving in that direction. We can see some really strong trends in the S&P and the NASDAQ and the Russell. We really strong trend in the Canadian dollar as well. So that's the idea behind that. So a scanner that does all of this for you allows you to manage your trade and get your mindset where it belongs because you can focus on things like that rather than on trying to find a potential trade setup or an opportunity. All right. So we mentioned multiple time frames several times. Why do we do that? Why are we talking about more than one time frame? Well, if you trade with multiple time frames, you have a higher probability of a profitable trade, and it's due to correlation. It's one of the advantages of using multiple time frames. If you look at the image here on the right, you can see the longer time frame envelope only has a couple of corrections, whereas if you look at the shorter time frames, you're seeing a lot of noise, a lot of trade pullbacks during each of these trends. So in a bullish longer term trend, you can see 1, 2, 3 different pullbacks on an hourly, or even 16 or more pullbacks within that 15-minute time frame. If you go to a 5 or 1 minute, then it's going to look like a bunch of noise as well. So if you're trading in the direction of the longer term trend, then you have a higher probability that your trade will result in a profitable trade and a lower probability of risk. You're going to be entering and trading where the longer term trend is trading with. So if you're trading against that longer term trend, you know that that's going to be very short term trade, where if you're trading in the direction of the longer term, the probabilities are going to be in your favor because it's moving in a northerly or bullish direction. Only take bullish trades. And if you take a bearish corrective trade, keep your profit targets short. So if we had a market scanner that could search for setups based on our rules and verified by multiple time frame technical analysis, it would be an extremely valuable tool. Looking at a brief example, here we're looking at multiple signals and setups using multiple time frames. So on the 4-hour, daily, and weekly setups, you can see that I have a bullish cross of price over an exponential moving average. At the same time, I have a bullish cross of my MACD, where the histogram has crossed over on top of the slower moving signal line. And I can also see I have a bullish relative strength that's coming out of an extremely oversold condition and is trending up. So at this point, that was a very bullish setup. Multiple time frames would have told me that the price did cross over and that I did get a bullish cross on my MACD, that I did get a relative strength boost over the 30%, and on my longest time frame, which is the weekly, I'm getting relative strength in my favor. It's crossing out of the oversold region and it is trending in a bullish direction. So it's gaining strength. Those are the conditions I'm asking for in order to take this trade setup. So at that point, that's exactly where I want to be able to take my trade. So from here to the logical conclusion is about 300 pips of profit on that trade. So that's the thing that I want to look for. Any other time, if I were to look at these setup conditions, you can see that price was over and under, but I did not have a bullish setup. And when I did have a bullish setup, MACD was, the relative strength was way oversold, or it was not trending in the right direction. So you can see it keeps you safe and it keeps you out of trades that you don't need to be in. And so you're trading in the direction of the longer term trend with confirmed relative strength. This gave you a really good opportunity to take a trade. So by taking trades in harmony with your longer time frame, you get a lower risk trade entry and a higher probability the trade will end in profit. It's a powerful combination for any trader, and it shows the importance of using multiple time frames. And a market scanner that uses multiple time frame analysis is an extremely valuable tool because it does all of that for you automatically. And that's the key tool, the time frame. That's a key that we want to see. The problem that we ran into in looking for scanners on MT4, MT5 is that we couldn't really find any, and what we did find usually were too complex to configure, which meant it required high programming skills, or they were unstable, or maybe just a single tool that really didn't integrate or didn't even incorporate a lot of the indicators that were freely available on MT4 and MT5. There were a lot of other issues, but the solution that we came up with was the MT4Professional platform. We decided to create the scanner for ourselves, for our own daily trading. And today, it is the #1 scanner on MT4 and MT5. It is a tool that allows you to instantly scan for all of your setups that match your own unique criteria and rules. And when you find a good setup, it allows you to enhance it with technical analysis. Not only that, but multiple time frame technical analysis, which really isn't easy to do by itself on MT4 and MT5. So stay tuned. I'm going to go right into a live demonstration now. Let me see if I can get that going. There we go. All right, so this is the MT4 platform. I've got standard mode right now. I'm not in MT4 Professional. You can see that I have multiple windows, multiple time frames, that the window itself is contained. And if I were to go into a full screen layout for this window, you can see that I lose a lot of real estate and I have to manually resize all of the windows in order to get them to fit in. If I had multiple windows that were different sizes, then you can see that would be quite difficult to do. Also, if I have to change the instrument, I have to physically drag and drop all of the symbols from my market watch over onto each of the charts that are displayed on my screen. And if I were to go into full screen mode, you can see all the additional resolution that so the screen space or the real estate that I lose out on just simply by doing that. So the nice thing about MT4 Professional is that it does all that for you automatically. So let's go over and start the MT4 Professional profile. The first thing you'll see is it launches up a blank screen with a configuration setup that allows you to set the configuration profile that you're interested in. So if we were to look at one of the strategies, for example, the EMA and price, which is a pure price action strategy, then we can see that the screen loads up with charts on multiple time frames. You can see a crosshair that synchronizes across all 3 time frames. That's multiple time frame technical analysis in a nutshell. You've got vertical, which is time frame, and horizontal, which is price correlation across all 3 of your time frames. You can see where occurrences are. So if I were to go over to my 15 and see where the price first closed under the 15 period, then you can see at this point that would have been a great setup, because you can see the price was already trending down. You can see the rollover of price was at this point very nice, and was already at a crossover of your moving average. So that's a really good setup for a potential trade entry to the short side. You can see on the longer term trend at the current setup that we are in current downtrends on all 3 of our time frames, as shown by the scanner itself. So if we were to look at the scanner configuration by clicking on the configuration button, then you can see the edit button has been enabled. And on the right-hand side, you can see how to set up the charts that are displayed over on the right. You can see I have 3 different chart layouts. 1, 2, 3. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see that. On the left-hand side, I have a much larger chart. On the right-hand side, I have 2 smaller charts that fit into the same space. Now, I can physically move these chart pictures around to conform or to be where I want them to be. I can make them any size. I can change the time frame with simple pull down menu, and I can change the background template. How does your chart look? You have a bunch of different templates on your computer. I've chosen the one I put together, the EMA and price template, but if you click the plus sign, then you have access to any of the templates that you have built or that you've made on your own MT4 or MT5 platform. They're all right there at your disposal. Very easy to use and to set up. So once you select that and get it all configured, then you click the OK button. You go back to your configuration profile and select the panel on your left, which is the scanner panel. This will give you the opportunity to edit or to change your symbol list or to set up and get your scanner going. The symbol list is quite easy. You click on it and it pulls up a list of all of the available symbols on your platform on the left. It allows you to select and place any of these symbols to the right by clicking the right arrow button. You can see it automatically gets added to the list of currently displayed symbols. You can click an X there if that's the one that you don't want, or if you picked the wrong one. You can filter them down by typing in a filter parameter, and it only will show anything that's related to the euro instrument. And once you have them all configured inside, then you click the OK button to Set that aside. And now let's go into the scanner itself, because this is where the meat of the scanner works. So these are the color rules that we use to define the colors that are displayed on the scanner panel for any instrument at any time frame. You can see right here that I have 3 different time frames that are set up, 1, 2, 3. I can set up more time frames simply by clicking the plus sign and defining a color rule for each one. So if I wanted to set up a 1 hour, you can see just a simple click. I can set up any time frame that I want. In this case, a 1 hour would be right. And I have to define a color rule by simply pulling down the menu and selecting the main color rule that's there. So now, not only do I have 4 time frames, but I am using the color rule strategy called main CR, main color rule, to apply rules to all 4 of these time frames. Say that you don't want it to burden your computer and you want to make it a little bit easier and you're only interested in 3, well then just simply click the X and get rid of it, and you're only using 3 different time frames. Now you can edit the color rule on any of these time frames simply by pulling down the menu and selecting the edit icon. When you click the edit icon, it gives you the actual rules that are used to define the strategy. What's going to make the cell green, what's going to make it red, what's going to make it whatever color that you want it to be. I've given it the name main color rule. You can give it any name that you want. You can define the default color to be any color simply by pulling down the menu and selecting whatever color that you like. And then the first condition that's checked whenever this is exercised is the condition set 1. I called it a green condition set. Of course, you can always pick any color that you like, but for a bullish setup, I want to see that the close of price is greater than a 15-period exponential moving average. Now this indicator, this moving average indicator, I loaded in using the plus sign. If I wanted to load a different indicator, then all I have to do is select the plus sign, pick any indicator from the list by choosing the indicator from our standard indicators that we have access to, any trend indicators like Bollinger Bands and ADX, mini moving averages, or if I wanted to look at the oscillators, then you can see I can find my MACD is there. I've got my CCI, I've got stochastics or relative strength. So you can see I've got access to all of the indicators that are on the platform through these selections. If I wanted just to look at a price indication, then there's the price indicator, and then all I have to do is choose what I'm looking for, the price open, high, low, current price, or close. Okay. Now, if you have custom indicators, ones that you've written yourself or ones that you've purchased from a third-party vendor, then you can use those as well by checking the pick from your computer. Once you do that, all you have to do is identify which indicator it is that you've purchased, and then click open, and it will automatically load that indicator up and place it on your screen. If you have an indicator here that you found out you really don't need to use or evaluate, then just click the trash can on the right to get rid of it and to set it up. So what I'm doing here is I'm looking at conditions that make the colors one way or the other. So a close of price greater than the EMA 15 and the EMA 15 greater than an simple 50-period moving average. That's the condition I'm looking for a bullish setup. A bearish setup, then, if this isn't true, is when price closes less than the 15-period and my 15-period EMA crosses under my 50. Simple. Okay, that's the condition. So if this is true, the cell will be green. If this is true, the cell will be red. If neither are true, the cell will be yellow. Okay. So once you click OK, click the Save button. The little check mark will be there, and you just simply close this box and click the Load button to make sure you load any of the new changes that you have done to the platform. So now any changes that we've made are now currently displayed and are working for you here on the display. Okay. Let me see if there are any questions. I don't see any questions, so we'll just keep moving on. So let's go to a little bit more complex example here. We can go down to my MACD. There we go. What my MACD does is it loads a series of instruments that have multiple parameters. I'm looking at 3 different time frames. I'm looking at 3 different indicators, and I want to determine if at any point are the indicators set up in a way that I want to see a bullish or bearish setup. So if we were to select the configuration icon, and move this over here so we can see those, select the edit button, go to the scanner itself, then we can see that we've got a 4-hour daily and weekly setup and a color rule that's called strong signal. Okay, we have 2 different color rules here. One's called strong signal, the other one's called a trend color rule. So the strong signal is the only one that's on for the 4 hours. So let's edit that one and see what we've got. Got a Q&A. Alex says, do you use the strategy you just showed, or is it safe to use as a newbie? Yeah, the strategies that I'm showing are very good, especially for longer term setups. If you like price action, then absolutely, it's a really nice setup. And a lot of people, especially people that are new, find it very easy to understand and to use. So I can't say whether it's safe to use or not, because how you use it is quite different. But just wanted to let you know that it is very popular amongst people that are just getting started. This one is a little bit more complex because it uses the same parameter, the price close greater than or less than the 15 period. It also incorporates the MACD. And the MACD is looking at the base indicator line compared to the signal line. Okay, so I've got both instances set up. So I've got 2 instances of the same indicator, but one is looking at the signal line and one is using the base indicator line. Okay, and you do that by editing the indicator, and you choose the signal mode that you're going to be in. So in this case, the mode is set to signal line, but the previous example, you can see it can be set to base. So in this case, I'm just have it set to signal line and have it loaded in to compare with that one. So if that base indicator, which is the histogram, is less than your signal, that's bearish. And if price is below your 15 period EMA, well, that's bearish too. On top of all of that, if you have relative strength 2 bars ago, that's greater than the current relative strength, you know you have a downward trending slope on relative strength. Your relative strength is declining. That is also bearish. So all 3 conditions have to be met in order to get a bearish indication on my scanner. Likewise, I need to see a bullish cross on all 3 of these parameters. I need to see the histogram greater than the signal line. I need to see price greater than my EMA 15, and I need to see a positive slope where the relative strength 2 bars ago is less than the current relative strength, which says I have a positive strength. If that's the case, then I'm going to get a green output. If neither one of these are true, say, for example, you get a MACD cross, but your price is not greater than or less than the EMA, then you'll get a yellow indication showing that it's in transition or it's currently being set up, but it hasn't triggered any strategy positions yet. Nice, Mr. Alchemist. Thank you very much. And we're looking forward to seeing those here today. Appreciate it. Absolutely. We're going to be sending this out via email to everyone who attended. So absolutely, you'll get a copy about 1 hour after the presentation is done. You'll get an email when it's completed. So any questions on this before we move on? If I had to add additional indicators, I could do that here. If I want to change any of the parameters, then you can simply pull down the menu, edit the indicator, or select the one that you want. You can apply that. Now notice the 4-hour and daily both have the strong signal color rule applied, but I have a second color rule which is applied to the weekly. It's called the trend color rule. Notice that it is turned on here. So if I were to edit that one, it's a lot simpler. All I'm looking for on the trend color rule is to see if the current price is greater than or less than the 15-period EMA. If it's greater than, I'm in a trend, and I only want to be looking for long trades. If it's less than, it's weak. I want to be looking for short trades. So that's the idea. On this weekly chart, when you see price trending below the EMA, I'm only looking for shorts, because the probability that a trade's going in my favor will be better on a short trade than a long. And when it crosses, then I know that at this point, I really only want to be looking for longs. Right. So any of these time frames that you're looking at, these trends, the price corrects back up, I'm not in it. But as soon as it crosses back down and gives me a trade signal, then I'm in it. And I'll stay in it until it crosses back up again and I'm out. It stays back up, I'm out, I'm back in again. All right. As long as this trend direction holds. But once it crosses over, then you can see at that cross point, then I'm only looking at for the long signals now. So a crossover point, a failure to produce a new low gives me a signal to get back in again, and it crosses the EMA, and I'm back in with a long move until it crosses back down below my EMA. And so the strategy is very sound and valid, especially if you're trading in harmony with your longer time frame trend. And the scanner does that for you automatically. Okay. I'll go ahead and just close back out because I didn't make any changes. So you can see whether it's a long trend or a short trend, that if you're taking a short trade in an overall long trend, then you know your profits are going to have to be kept short. If you're taking a long trade, okay, once this trades and signals over long with a long trend, then you can just generally hold that until the signal comes back to the opposite direction. So it's a great setup. It's a trade setup. So you can see right here that the EuroCAD is setting up in a much longer term trend, and it's getting ready to transition. Same thing with the pound Canadian. The same thing with the Aussie Canadian. That they're 2 time frames confirming directionality. It's setting up and it's waiting for a confirmation in the direction of the trade. It could be getting ready to reverse, which is what we're starting to see possibly in the pound Swiss or the yen. You can see that the faster time frames are starting to show some weakness in that initial time frame, but the longer term trends are fully and solid long. So you can see this could be short-term correction. And if these turn back yellow back to green, those are great re-entry signals on an existing trend. If these start to turn yellow and then turn red, then you know that that's a potential setup for reversal. And you're looking at taking the opposite type of trades once you see the longer term trend cycle back to red. And that's the setup that's there. All right, other questions that we have here then. Awesome. All right, well, let's go back to my presentation real quickly then, because I want to make a very special offer since we're already halfway through our class today, to all those who have come today, and then we'll get right back into the presentation to answer any other questions that you might have, or we might have time to actually do a live strategy development. So if you have questions regards to that. So MT4Professional, we make available to you in its full featured software. for MT4 or MT5. We give you access to our exclusive Skype community of all of the existing MT4 professional users. You have access to them through Skype to chat, to speak, or to set up your own private meetings. You get unlimited configuration storage, emails, push notifications, and up to 100 SMS notifications every month. It's fully included. You get all the pre-configured presets that I just went through, all the different strategies and things that are already set up for you, ready to go, the click of a button. No, you're not going to pay $22.95 for that. That's just a value that we've placed upon that. But for you, we usually set it up at $194 a month, but we discount that 50% to $97 a month. But during our Cyber Monday and Black Friday specials, we've knocked that down an additional 70%. So you get $23 per month, not 97, not 194, but you get 70% off of the 50% off price already. If you use the code Cyber Monday, you'll get, not only will you get the free trial, but you'll also get the $23 a month access to the software. So you get full featured MT4 and MT5 software, your choice, access to our Skype community, all of the software and pre-configured sets. You can try it absolutely free for 14 days to see if it works for you. Don't forget to use the keyword Cyber Monday 2022, Cyber Monday 2022, and that will give you and lock in the highly discounted price. Now, this isn't just for the next month. It's not for a quarter. This is a lifetime discount. So as long as you hold on to your subscription, this discount will be applied to your account. This is our normal discounted price. So getting this at this price usually only occurs during these Cyber Monday or Black Friday specials. The link to access that is right here at the bottom, mt4professional.com/trial. Use the code Cyber Monday 2022 and you'll access that on this page. You won't be charged a penny until after the 14-day trial is over. Okay, so you get a full 14 days. If you cancel any time before the 14 days is done, you'll still get the full 14-day trial, but you will lose access to the $23 software special, and it will go right back to the normal price. Let me make sure I'm getting all the questions here. All right. So that one was first Claudio. All right. So if you have any questions with regards to the software, then make sure you send us your question to support@mt4professional.com. We have dedicated technical staff to help you get going, to make sure that we answer all of your questions. We also help you get access to onboarding and getting everything going. So that way you have everything at your disposal and ready to go. All right, so let me get back to my presentation here and I can answer any of your questions now, and I'll keep the link at the bottom visible so you can access that and see it anytime you want to. Okay, there's a couple more questions here. You joined a little bit late. You can't download it. Yeah, you can't download it to your phone. You have to download it to your desktop. Yes, you can use it for CFDs and the different other types of futures that you have access to from your broker. So if your broker provides you with information, then the futures markets that you have access to will be via CFD markets on your MT4 platform. So you'll need to contact your brokerage to determine if you have access to those CFD accounts. To get access to, say, the oil markets or to any of the commodities gold, silver, platinum, any of the cryptocurrencies, or even the indexes, the stock exchanges and futures. So yes. In America, you can download MT4. I'm in America. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, at Levante, and you can download MT4 here without any problems. You just have to find a broker like Owanda or Hugo's Way, a couple other ones that are out there that give you access to United States. So if you have any other questions, then give us a email to support@MT4Professional. We'll be glad to help you get going on that. Yeah, Ryan, if you're already in a trial and you didn't get the discount that we're giving you today, just make sure and send us an email to support@MT4Professional.com. State that you're already in the trial, but you'd like to have the discount code applied, and we'll make sure and we get that discount code applied to your account. You're welcome. Does this work on prop firm brokers? I think it should work with any MT4 or MT5 brokerage. So even if a prop firm supplies you with the MT4 platform, it will work. As long as you have the MT4 or MT5 platform, it will work. If they provide you with their own platform, then no, it will not work. It has to be MT4 or MT5. Alex says this is life-changing. Absolutely. I mean, it's time-changing. It saves you so much time and effort, and that's why we made it for our own trading. So absolutely. It's a great platform, and I would not trade without it. MT4 is not on the Apple Store anymore, so that's your concern. Yeah, you can run it on. It's a PC-based platform, so you'll probably need to set up Parallels or some other PC emulator on your Mac in order to run MT4. Once you have MT4 set up on your PC emulator, then you'll be able to run MT4 Professional on your MT4 setup. I hope I made that as clear as I could. I think I made it as clear as I could. We have about 15 more minutes. If you have other questions, then please ask away. And especially if you have any questions on getting set up, then we can get you going on that. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull up a browser. And I'm going to pull up a brand new one right now. There we go. I'm going to go to MT4Professional.com. Okay. Once you're here, go ahead and I don't want to sign this incognito. I don't want to do that. So I'll just open up a new window. That's much better. I'm already signed in. All right. So if we go to MT4Professional.com and we log in, then we'll go to the members area. Once you're in the members area, then you can download the software directly from our members portal. So you already have MT4 Professional. I'm ready to go. If you have MT4 platform or MT5 already loaded on your PC, then just simply click this button on your computer and install following the directions there. Here's the information on changing the password if you just logged in, downloading the software, creating your first configuration, on how to refer friends and to set up your own referral portal, how to join our exclusive Skype chat group, or even to get access to the documentation. So if you were to click on the documentation link, then you can go over to our solutions and documentations page, and you'll see from our knowledge base that all the videos and get started videos are all here for you. Even walkthroughs on how to set up the configuration, the configurators for the symbols, for the scanner, for the charts, and all the scanner rules that you have access to are all set up right there. If you need to change your subscription plan, or if you need to unsubscribe or cancel for any reason, or if you need to change your payment method or update your access, your address, then everything can be done right from this portal and listed there. Right. So I want to go right back here to the setup. This is a browser, so it's symbolic of your laptop, your iPad, your mobile device. And if you click on the real-time scanner right here on this mobile device, then you can see that I have access to the PC that I'm currently running in the background. Once I click on that, then you can see an exact duplicate of the scanner right here is displayed on my mobile device. So if I'm working at home on my PC and I need to go to lunch or I need to step out for a little bit, I'm not tied to my computer. I leave my computer running, I take my mobile device with me, log into my members area, go to the real-time scanner, and I can scan and continue to scan in real time all of the setups and all of the changes that are going on right now. And if I find something that looks like it's getting ready to change and set up, say, for example, the pound Swiss just changed to red, and I'm looking for that as my setup, then I'm going to click on that symbol. One click automatically changes the symbol. One click automatically takes this photograph of the setup. And now on my mobile device, I can see the current chart settings and the setup that triggered a potential signal setup that's saying that this is in a potential reversal mode and that this upward motion might be starting to correct and come right back down. So if this starts to move and then this changes back to red, then this could simply just be a correction that returns back into the longer term downward move. So that's the idea behind the setup. And you don't have to be locked to your computer in the office to do that. Take it with you on your mobile device and contact your broker via your phone. Place the trade if you need to right there on your mobile device. You never have to miss another trade again. So it's all accessible right here in the members area in the portal on MT4Professional. So you can download all of the software. You can follow it wherever you are. You can even change and set up all of your licenses and accounts and all of the snapshots that are taken either through your platform or through the signals that are done here using the little camera mode. All can be organized within your members area right here. And you can even take any of those and make them either public or private. And this one you can see I've made private, but any symbols or signals that you've made public, like this one right here, then you'll have access to that with a share link, and you can share that on any of your social media outlets. And you can tag them so that all you have to do is just click on any one of the tags and you can pull up any of the trades setup or snapshots that you've taken related to these particular tags. If there's ever an alert that's sent to you, then you can see under the alert, which is the small little thing, this will light up and will blink at you and will tell you that there's a scanner set up on the Cobra system for your Aussie dollar on the 1 minute. Here's a link to the alert, and the real-time scanner settings are going to be displayed there. So we keep track of all of that for you and make sure that you don't miss a single trade. Also, if there's an announcement that we make, then any release of the software or any inputs or changes we've made, we make sure and let you know that that's been done and updated for you. Okay, so it's all done right there. And you can schedule time at any time You can create a new support ticket. If you have questions, just simply by going to the members area, click on the new support ticket to create a question that we will guarantee to answer within 24 hours. And we give you one-on-one support on getting your configuration set up and rolling the very first time. So that's all included in your subscription. One other thing I didn't show you is that if you go through the select configuration and edit any of the configurations that you have selected, then in the bottom right-hand corner is the share icon. The share icon is a tool that allows you to select any of the other users or of MT4Professional that are out there and send any of your configurations to them. Or likewise, they can send any of the configurations they've used and set up to you. So that way everybody's on the same page at the same time. And if you're trading in a team, this is invaluable because one person can be defined as setting up the strategy for the team. They send out that strategy to their team via our strategy network, and everybody gets it at the same time. They're all on the same page and we're all ready to go. So that's the beauty of the strategy network. Everything is menu driven and easy and very intuitive, so you shouldn't have any problems with that at all. Again, to get started with your 14-day free trial today, even right now, the link is mt4professional.com/trial, and use the code CyberMonday2022 to get access to the subscription discount. Wow. Well, that's cool. Luan said that Alex got a real live trade today of a couple of $1,000 in a few seconds using the system. So thank you for sharing that. Appreciate you giving the feedback. Levante wants to know, is it compatible with Apple laptops? As long as you have an emulator, a PC emulator like Parallels or VMware or something that will run a PC computer Windows environment on your laptop, and it will work. It will work absolutely. But it will not work on native Apple. Tomahawk is a third-party software from a company called Hawkeye that sends out signals based upon trend, volume, and momentum. So if you have other questions about Hawkeye software, then send us an email to support@mt4professional.com. We'll give you a link. We are affiliates with Hawkeye on their software, so we can help you get a discount and access to that, Alex. Alex said, yes, I was playing around and did 13K today. Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. That's not normal, but that's really, really good news. It's nice to hear the system is working for you, and it's awesome to hear. Thank you for sharing that. That's great. Here's an example of some third-party software that Hawkeye provides. Let's see, this doesn't have that. Setup for timeframes, yeah. So this one's using, you can see I have 6 charts set up. But on the 6 chart setup, there are 4 different time frames: 15, 5, 15, 30, and 60. Here I've got the 5-minute, 15, 30, and 60 minute. You can see right where the trend change occurs. Okay, so when the trend change occurs, a green dot, the automatic trailing stops occur. You can see volume leads the trade up into the position of the trade, and then you verify that with the second time frame, making sure that volume is agreeing with that trade. Third time frame, whether volume is agreeing or not. And you can see fourth time frame that it was already in a longer term trend with shorter term correction. So you compare that with the what they call the fat man, which is the strength meter. So it tells you that if you're looking at the Euro Aussie, that the euro is trending down while the Australian dollar is trending up, which gives you a bearish signal. But now you're starting to see the bearishness going away. So the Aussie is starting to trend down while the euro is flattening out and possibly starting to trend back up. And so that's why you're starting to get the bullishness returning into it, because it's starting to roll. All right. So you can see the same thing right here in the Tomahawk version of the Fat Man, which only looks at the pairs that you're interested in. And over on the left, you can see I have multiple time frames set up. So you can see I have 1, 2, or 3 different signals that are set up and running on all 3 of these time frames. So that way you can see the trend, volume, and heat map, whether they are aligned or not, and whether that gives you a signal. So that's the idea behind what software that they do provide us. Katie asked a question, can this MT4 Professional be used on MT5 prop firm account evaluation, assessment period, and real money management accounts? Yes, as long as it's an MT5 platform, whether it's a prop trading firm or not, as long as it's an MT5 platform, it can be used, whether it's a evaluation account or a real money account, it can be used. That's right. Claudio is the one who set up the strategies. Yep, he is a genius. That's why we have him around. We really appreciate that. That's absolutely correct. Which template are you looking for, Luan? Are you looking for the MACD template? I'll be more than glad to send that to you. And Luan says he does use a prop firm account on MT5. So he's verified that it absolutely does work on prop firm supplied MT5 accounts. Oh, you use Hawkeye also? So sure, I'll be glad to send those. It'll be I'll be glad to send those to you right now. So let me go ahead and do that. So let me select configuration, click edit, click the share button. Let me see if I can find you in there. What was that email again? Let me find it. SS Investments. Okay. Didn't find you. Okay. I don't have you listed under that email. Under your first name, I don't have you listed either. So is there something else? I'll be more than glad to do that. You might be in the system using a different account or a different name that I don't know. So no. No. So you'll have to help me out there. Okay. I'm just not finding it. Yeah. So we'll do some looking around at that. I'll be more than glad to send it to you. But I have to find you first. Steve asked, how many computers can you install it on? You can install it on multiple computers, but depending upon the license that you have, excuse me, you can install it on one computer with a live account and one computer with a demo account. Two different computers, but if one's running a live account, one's running a demo account, then you can run both at the same time. However, if you have two live accounts or two demo accounts, then you won't be able to run them. But that's on the basic account. If you have a gold account, then you can do it up to 10 different accounts, and you can share the license with others as well. So if you're trading with the team, then you can use multiple members of the team trading up to 10 different live and 10 different simulated accounts at the same time. So yes, it all depends upon the license that you have access to. Jamar, let's see, crypto. Okay, which one did you want me to share? The the Hawkeye software, because if you're already a Hawkeye user, or with the other one, like MyMacD, or the MyMacD was one I threw together. The other one is the EMA and price, and that one's already included on your platform. What comes with the special today is the platform itself, the 14 pre-configured files that we already have done together, the access to the Skype group, and the full discount, of course. All of the indicators that I've shown today are not included on the special. The indicators you have access to are just whatever you have on your platform. Since this is a platform service, then we are providing you with the software to run on your platform and to get it going. So all of that's included, but it's only the software that you already have access to. Okay, Jamar, let me do that for you real quick. So let me find a crypto. There you are, right there on the very top. All right, so share that with you. Yes. See how quickly that was? So boom, you've got a copy of my 5, 15, 30, and 60-minute with 2 roadkill, and with the setups. If I pull up another configuration, say for example, let's see, that one had the 2. Excuse me, there's another one. Let's load this one up. There we go. Let's pull that one up and share that one with you. There, share that one. So those give you 2 separate setups and configurations on how to use the Hawkeye software on MT4 Professional, how the setup is done. How to get it going. Excuse me. So you can see on the screen here, this one has 3 different chart setups. It uses the roadkill, which incorporates the longer time frame setups and gives you the signal to re-enter the existing trend based upon volume and price. All right, so it's a good setup tool to get you in and get you going. So got that one. The MACD. Okay, AGA. Let me go ahead and pull that in. Okay, Alex. My MACD, it's a longer term setup. There it is. Yep. Edit. And share. AGA. There you are, right there. Done. All right. Steve wants to know, is the special a basic discount? Yeah, the special is the $23 is, but we have the same special that we apply to the gold or the platinum package as well. So you'll get the 50% discount. You'll also get the extended discount, the additional 70% discount applied to the price of the of the gold or the platinum package. So what we've shown today is the basic account discount, but it will be applied to the other ones as well. Absolutely. Okay, Alex, it's done. If I switch brokers, can I edit the one that I have on a live account? Yes, you can. That's the nice thing about MT4Professional is it is cloud-based. So you can switch accounts, you can move around. You don't even have to have the same computer. Everything is backed up on the cloud, and you can download and install it at the snap of a finger. So it's very quick and easy to use and easy to set up and move around. So yes, you can. All right, Saul, sorry I didn't find you. I know you're in there somewhere. We just need to find you somehow and I'll get all the templates sent out to you. Are there other questions? Remember, you can access the discount today by going to mt4professional.com/trial. Use the code Cyber Monday 2022 as the coupon code to lock in the $23 per month, or to lock in the full 70% off of our 50% off discount to get you that price. It's like almost 90% off of the regular price. That's huge. Right. And if you need to get a hold of us anytime, support at mt4professional.com. We'll be glad to get back to you, answer any questions you have, or if we can't answer your question, we'll let you know our best attempt, and of course continue to work with you until you have a solution that you're happy with. All right, I think I got everything. One more question. You send me an email. I would like to have you and Claudio come speak to a group. Okay, absolutely. Well, that sounds great. We'll be more than glad to do that. Okay, Alex wants to know what I just sent. Will it come to the account? Let me show you real quick. When you go into MT4Professional, go back there to it real quick. Then if you go under select configuration, so I just sent it to you, so you have it right now. It's in the cloud. Go to the select configuration button. And here under the setup, use the load. I'm sorry, I was already set up. Scroll down. You see there's the presets. Keep scrolling down. You'll see received items. This is your inbox. So the files that I just sent you, the configurations will be located here. Okay. So when you're ready to use them, you can click on them and look at them right now, but you can't edit them. Click the Create Your Custom Configuration button on the bottom. Then scroll down to the very bottom where you see the inbox. Click on the file that I just sent you and then select yes. And then it will create a copy of that in your creations that you've created, the custom configurations. And you can rename it, change it around, update it, add new symbols, do whatever you want to with it. Leave it the way it is. It'll just put a number beside it and say it's the same one, just a new number. Okay. Any questions? That should have answered it. Alex, yeah, that's where should have answered. Should have got that. KD wants to know what is 70% off of 50% off. Okay, the example I showed here, right? The $97 is our 50% off of the normal $194 price. 70% of that price is the $23 per month. All right. So if you were to take 50% of 194, that'll give you this value. Now you take an additional 70% discount off of this, which is multiply that by 0.3, then that will give you the $23 per month. There's a little bit of rounding in here because it's not an exact thing, but we didn't want to throw pennies at you, just to give you a little rounded value on the output. Awesome. No, you don't have to. You can keep week one and weekly and the daily charts up just as a reference, or if you need more screen space, then you don't need them up at all. They're there to look at for multiple time frame confirmation. That's all. So you could even use that and copy it and create your own template based upon that and change the time frames to be any time frame. If you didn't want to use the weekly as your longest, you wanted to use a monthly, then you could do that and then trade off of your daily and weekly charts. A lot of traders like to do that. Awesome. Okay, Katie, good job. I appreciate that. You won't regret it. Okay, well, thank you then very much for your time and attention today. I've appreciated it. I look forward to meeting those of you who are going to be scheduling for the calls and the one-on-one time. And I look forward to working with you in the very near future for all those who have just started their subscription service today. So appreciate that. And we hope to help you to become as successful as Alex has been already today. So appreciate the feedback on that and for bringing it to our attention. A lot of times, people download our software and don't let us know how well they're doing. And so it's nice to get some feedback every now and then where people are using it and doing really well. So we appreciate that. All right, you have a great rest of your day. And we will see you at this same time in about 2 weeks. So take advantage of the Cyber Monday trial, because Cyber Monday goes away tomorrow. So take advantage of it while you can. Thank you. Guys, have a great day, and we'll see you the same time in about 2 weeks. Bye for now.